Good morning guys and welcome back. So today we're going to be installing a light bar on the front of the cheap Jeep. Now there's so many different options out there for aftermarket lighting. People go crazy, they go 50-inch light bars, an LED light bar on the front, light pods and everything like that. And me personally, I think it just looks overdone. And there's a point where you can go just too far, and is it actually making much difference at all? So for me, driving at night time, when I'm forward driving, it's essential to see. So I did do the aftermarket LED headlight upgrade, which was a massive help, but you just need that little bit more light. So I went online. You can buy these light bars off eBay, Amazon, anywhere in between. But I came across a shop local here to Australia on the Sunshine Coast. It's literally just down the road. I can walk into the shop and pick up anything I need, and they're actually really reasonably priced. So I got this light bar from the 4WD Super Centre. Now I just went for a small light bar itself. I don't want to overdo it because I don't want to block too much cool air going into the radiator, and could actually have problems overheating. I don't really like seeing those people with the brown lights that look like they're actually blocking air going into the radiator, and probably have overheating problems. So I just went with something that's thin, small, and actually produces a lot of light. So I found this. This is made by Kings for the 4WD Super Centre, and they make up to 50-inch down to the little light pods and this little 9-inch light bar here. So it's not too bad, and this is really cheap. It actually matches the prices that I found on eBay and Amazon, and I didn't have to pay for shipping. So this was $21, and there was free shipping as well, and they do other deals as well. So 21 bucks for a nice little LED upgrade is pretty good. Comes with all the brackets you need, all the nuts and stuff like that, and you can place these brackets inside and outside. Comes with the little harness as well. You can buy the right harness to actually hook up to the battery and stuff like that if you need it, but my Jeep has already got that installed, so unfortunately in this video we won't be doing all the wiring and stuff for that. I might do depending how good this is, I might do a little light pod for a reverse light on the back of the Jeep, so I'll probably need to do wiring for that. But so it's pretty much just an install video today, and to see how bright this little light bar actually is. So I think the only issue I'm going to have running into this installation is that I am running tube bars. Now majority of the time someone will be running just a steel bumper that you can just drill straight through, plenty of room underneath to just run a nut and bolt underneath that to these little brackets. But with these tube bars you don't actually have a lot of room underneath here, enough to fit a finger in there, and that's all you got. Sometimes fitting just a finger in there is all you need, but it's just a little bit of a hassle. I don't really want to drill into these and make something permanent. Later on I might want to run little pods here on either side, or a bigger light bar, and then you end up with all these holes through here and stuff like that. So I actually went down to my local hardware shop, Bunnings. If you've been watching these videos a while, I buy a lot of parts not necessary for Jeeps and for driving, but they actually come in really handy for little projects like this. So I went down to Bunnings and I bought 2 hose clamps. Now I've already installed these. They were silver, and I'm just spray painting them black to match the Jeep. These were 75 cents each or something. Really cheap. So my idea is, so you won't have to drill anything at all. My idea is, I put these 2 clamps on. I face the brackets for the light bar actually facing in. Now I'm just going to slide one under, and then slide under the other side, and just do the hose clamp up normally. So I'll just chuck you guys on the tripod, and we can install it. Should be a very straightforward install. And then I've just taken the plastic little cover off here, that little Jeep cover, and the wiring has already been installed for us. Super simple, and it should be a real easy plug and play. Alright, so I've got these 2 installed already. I'll just go ahead and slide one underneath. So I've already taken the nut plate off, as you can see there, to give me a bit of more room to adjust these as we go along. So I've got one under and got the other one. Super simple. And then all you can do is just leave it loose and adjust it to where it's centered with the actual loop in the bull bar itself, and you can go along when you're happy with it. So I've got these two brackets here where I mount my number plate, so I'm just going to go half and half, measure between those, kind of already got it set up, doing it by the ichrometer, and just go along with a flathead screwdriver. Tighten it up. Also with this as well, because it's not permanent, you can just zoom out there, you can actually adjust these back and forward. If you do actually mount it permanently, you can adjust it by these two little screws here, or you can do it like I'm doing and just adjust it back or forward, which either way you want. In the future, I know that one of the Willys Jeeps, might be the CJ2, come out with a spotlight that actually mounts to the steering of the Jeep, so it actually turns the light towards the direction that you're steering, which is actually a really good idea. So that's why I'm not doing this permanently. I might actually install one of those later on. I reckon that's a really cool idea. So we'll just get this finished off. Again, I'm just leaving it a little bit loose so I can do any adjustments later on. I think that just looks pretty good. Alright, now that we've got this installed, we can grab our wiring. This has already been connected for us, and the new light bar comes with a little plug and play loom. So that one's a little bit smaller, but I think if we just push it in, just get a little bit of duct tape that up. So there's a nice little bar here for our sway bar, and we'll just go ahead and cable tie that down so it doesn't flop around, and keeps everything looking nice and neat. So that's pretty much it. Now we can jump inside the Jeep and see how bright this actually is. Alright, so that's all done. Super simple install. So that install without the wiring just took probably 10 minutes, and that's about it. So total cost, as always, I like to tell you guys the total cost to try and save you guys money in the long run. And I think most YouTubers should be very open on how much they're spending on these installs and all the products they're actually using on the Jeep. Then you can kind of like budget for it. If something's out of your range, you can save money and just stuff like that. So I like to be very open with how much I've spent on the Jeep. I've got a video if you want to watch it. I'll leave it up in the corner there. It's actually not that much for, I think it's a pretty decently priced and built Jeep, and all the accessories as well. Obviously it gets more expensive the more stuff I add to it, so forth and so forth. So $22 I think I said for the light bar itself. Might have been a little bit less, and that's without shipping as well. I just went down to pick it up. Also they offer free shipping as well. Inside Australia it might be $10 for shipping outside Australia, which isn't too bad. Then 75 cents each for those brackets. But if you've got a bull bar, you can just drill it in if you want it to be permanent. I didn't want it to be permanent because I might be changing it later on for something else, and I don't like to be drilling holes unnecessarily for stuff that I might be changing later on. It just looks a little bit messy. I like to keep my bulls nice and clean and very simple and elegant. So it's just a nice little upgrade for the front of your Jeep. Definitely better than not having one. That matched with the new LED lights makes a massive difference. Better than not having it. Cheap little upgrade. They can definitely help when you're off-road wheeling at night time. It's a nice little cheap upgrade for the Jeep. But as always, if you guys got anything to add, any mods you'd like me to do, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. I'd love to make videos on stuff that you guys want to see, so please let me know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget we'll be uploading 2 new videos every single week. One will be a short cheap Jeep quick tip. We'll be doing cheap little tips to how to work on your Jeep, little mods and stuff like that, or just cheaper ways how to save money, whether it be in your daily life to save money for Jeep parts, and just stuff like that. So I'll be uploading that during the week, and then these install videos will be on the weekend. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.